Hi everybody, my name is Brooke and today I'm going to do a Classical Conversations review. This is our first year doing Classical Conversations and it's our third year doing homeschooling. So we've done public school, we've done homeschooling on our own, and this is our first year doing CC. So I just wanted to give you guys a really quick review on how we felt about it, the good, the bad, and then I will let you guys know if we're going to do it again next year or not. So the first thing is my girls were 5th and 6th graders this year. So there's two things that they did in CC. The first one is called Foundations, and that covers, let me look at my notes, history, science, timeline, which is like a song from creation to present, math memorization, fine arts, English memorization, Latin, and then geography. And the geography and the history kind of coincide. So like if we were learning about something that happened in South America, then we would learn some of that geography. So first and foremost, we loved Foundations. It's bite-sized chunks of information each week. You learn it at community and then you go home and you work on it all week. So say one week was about the Aztecs. Like we could either just memorize that sentence, or we could watch videos or do a little worksheet or do a journal page on it. So as a parent, you get to decide how deep you go into that information. But at the very least, you just memorize the information, and then and then it's just in their little brains. So we really liked it. For us, Foundations was perfect. I felt like my kids learned more this year than they have learned, at least in the last 2 years that we were homeschooling. And they just really enjoyed it. It's a good social time for them. That's initially why we joined CC, was just for that social, and it definitely filled that need for us. I put my girls in 2 separate classes in the morning, which is kind of unusual. A lot of times people, especially if their kids are close in age, they'll put them in the same class, but I wanted them to make their own friends and do their own thing, and I'm glad I did that because it worked out really, really well. It was kind of interesting to see how different that each tutor presented the information. So you go to community one day a week, and then a tutor, which is a parent, presents the information that you're going to be working on the whole week. So one week I would be in Ashley's classroom, and then the next week I would be in Cameron's. So anything else about that? We just really liked it. It was a good fit for us. And then the second part of CC is called Essentials, and that starts at age 9, and it's optional. Foundations is optional as well. We actually had 2 families that did not do Foundations but came in the afternoon to do Essentials. So it's, like I said, it starts at age 9 to about age 12. Everything's I think things are kind of flexible with that, but it's a 3-year program. And so the first part of the afternoon, we do grammar, sentence diagramming, sentence structure, that sort of thing, parts of speech. And then we go to a math section or math portion of it. And then we come back and we do IEW writing. So 3 parts to it. The first part was the grammar and the sentence diagramming and all that, parts of speech and stuff. And I think that's what a lot of people just really, really love. Like in our community, that is like, everybody just thinks that is just the bomb. And I don't want to offend anybody or eat my words later on, but I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And it's not that we didn't understand it. A lot of people's like, oh, it's okay. You're just first years, you'll get it. And I'm like, I get it, but I just don't know why they're making it so difficult. They throw so much information at you, and then they're like, well, you're a first year, you don't have to learn all this stuff. And it was just really frustrating for me and for my girls. We'd be in the classroom, they'd be talking about, really complicated stuff, and I'd be like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, you don't need to know that you're only a first year. But the thing is, yeah, that's great if you're going through it for 3 years, but my oldest, Ashley, she's only going to be in it for a year because she moves on to Challenge next year, so it was in the back of my mind the whole time. So I hated it. We had just came off of a year of Fix It grammar. That made sense to me. you learn something and you just build on it each week and you use it in practice. And that's probably one thing that I didn't like about that grammar part was they want you to copy all these charts and do all this memorization, which for me, I felt like let's just learn it in practice. Let's do more sentences and less chart copying. So that's my take on essentials. I was not crazy about it, and my kids weren't either. So then there's the math portion of essentials, and I don't even know if that's considered essentials, because on your grammar essentials guide, that's what's called essentials. But so anyway, I think they throw it all together. But so then there's 30 minutes of math, and it's math games, and my youngest really liked it, and it's very social, and they get to interact, they get to kind of compete, and they can partner up or they get on teams. I could take it or leave it. My youngest, like I said, really, really loved it. My oldest, completely would not even do it. So I think it's not for every kid, which is fine. I don't really have, like I said, I don't take it or leave it. It's fine. I actually there's a game called Number Knockout, and I do really like it. And occasionally they'd have the moms versus the kids. So that was kind of fun. And then the last part is IEW writing, and I had seen this curriculum, since I've started homeschooling, and I was always kind of scared and intimidated. It just seemed like it was just going to be too much and we wouldn't be able to handle it. But let me just tell you guys, it's amazing. It blew me away. It is more linear than, say, that grammar that we did. They introduce topics and then they just build on it each week, just like Fix It Grammar. I mean, it's the same company. So I loved it. It was so doable, and it's a gentle start, and they build and they build, and by the end of the year, they are writing 5-paragraph papers, and they're amazing, and they sound awesome, and they've got cool sentences and cool openers, and I mean, it was just so doable, and I just really, really, really loved it. And I was glad that we were kind of pushed into that, because I don't think I would have ever picked that curriculum on my own, just because, like I said, I was really intimidated. I just did not feel like it was a doable curriculum for us, or for me, maybe. But it's really an outstanding curriculum. So even if you're not interested in CC, but you're thinking about IEW, the writing, I would go for it. I mean, it is really, really good. And I tend to go for simpler curriculums that they pack a punch, the less work, but you get more out of it. And that's what I felt like the IEW writing is that you just really get a lot out of each assignment and each paper, and it's just really doable. So my overall take of essentials is that the grammar part is exclusive to CC. The Number Knockout, I think, is that math part is exclusive to CC, but it's a pretty simple game. And then the IEW writing, obviously it's not exclusive to CC. They do, the cool thing is that if you see the history-based writing on the IEW website, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm under the impression, or I was told, that they wrote that for the CC program. So it coincides with our history. Now it's open to the public, but this year we did ancient history for cycle 1, and that's the writing that we did, was that ancient history based writing. And so that's something that, you don't have to be in CC to do that curriculum, obviously. So here's my my takeaway. So for next year, Ashley is going to move up to Challenge A. And I think it's going to be a challenge, but I think it is for all the kids. And, I've explained to her that, any curriculum in 7th grade, you get bumped up a notch. So we're going to do that. She's really excited. Her tutor, she loves her tutor. It's actually our essentials tutor from last year. So, and she loves her classmates. So I think it's going to be a good year for her. It's going to be challenging, but she'll do fine. She's more of a verbal person. So I think in that Challenge A setting, they get to have a lot of really good conversations, a lot of back and forth dialogue. So she'll excel in that area. And then for Cameron, she is going to do foundations, but not essentials, and that's completely backwards. I know, because, like I said, a lot of families don't do the foundations, but they come in for essentials because they think it's so amazing. But we are going to do a different grammar, and we're going to probably do some number knockout on our own, and then we are going to do the IEW writing, and we're just going to buy it on our own and do it on our own. So I will share with you guys the grammar that I have picked out. It's awesome. It's something that like not a lot of people know about, so I want to share that with you guys. So the one thing that Essentials does not do that this new grammar does is they don't really go over punctuation. So like at one point, my kids did not know where to put the comma before or after the quotation. They know to put quotations around speech, but they really didn't know where to put that comma. And I thought, you're right. I mean, we were like, it was like week 20, and I'm like, it dawned on me, they don't teach punctuation. So I kind of flipped through to figure out what the heck, why they don't do that. And they said, well, you're just supposed to learn it in practice, as you're dictating sentences and do that kind of thing. So my new grammar that Cameron's going to do does punctuation. It does sentence diagramming. It does sentence structure. It does all that stuff. And it's so much simpler. So anyway, I should probably, that was another video, but so that's my takeaway, that we did like it. So here's the thing. We did public school, and then when we started homeschooling, our like just family happiness went up several notches. So here we are homeschooling, and then when we started Classical Conversations, boom, it bumped up another notch. Like, it's been fantastic. I've met some awesome moms. The girls have met some awesome kids. Socially, it is just like blown us away. We have really, really loved it. So I would definitely recommend that CC for anybody. So thank you so much for watching. And I am in a hotel room. Just went away for a couple of days with my husband. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a great school year and hopefully getting your summer started. Bye-bye.